Castorol is a film podcast filled with dubious opinions, plot spoilers, and a healthy sprinkling of bad language. Thanks for listening.
Take a much loved movie and stir in a different cast. Add a hint of nonsense for a flavor that will last. Garnish it with fun, film facts and food for the soul. It's a tasty, yummy, silly, funny movie casserole. Casserole.
Hello and welcome to Castorol, a movie podcast hosted by me, Jim, and my two co-hosts, Sam and Nick, who each week take me kicking and screaming through one of cinema's most loved and iconic films. This week, it's the turn of 2010's Get Out.
2017.
Do you know what? It's because...
What film did you watch?
No, why? It's because I ended up writing 2010's Rubber so many times last night.
There you go.
I've got 2010... Yeah, fuck's sake. Cut.
No, keep just
No.
keep going.
I think keep it.
Yeah. Oh, fuck you.
I watched 2010's Get Out.
Yeah.
I don't know why you've added this to the list, guys.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Anyway, but before all of that, don't forget, for all your Castorol needs and on how you can support us as a show, head on over to castorolpod.com. Speaking of two cunts that need to just get out, it's Sam and Nick.
Hello.
Thanks for that. Hello.
We give him a lot of stick. Like literally the entire opening, we're always just looking at him, trying to get him.
Trying to stitch him up.
I mean, to be fair, I fucked that up big time, so I deserve that.
Let's
you
just
deserve
clarify.
all of it. Everything that comes to you, you deserve it 100%.
Yeah, and more.
Yeah.
For all the farts, the burps,
The pocket cheese.
I mean,
The gout.
it's all deserved.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I've been quite good lately. I haven't been farting, I haven't been burping, I've had no pocket cheese, unfortunately.
What's weird is who would want pocket cheese, but who would want pocket cheese has been that close to so many farts. It's like it goes in normal cheddar and comes out
It
smoke.
wasn't in my back pockets. Remember, it was my hoodie pocket. It was like up here. Nowhere near me.
Just the action
Near
that
the
you can't
bosom.
see on a podcast. It was my pocket right here. It was my front pocket. It's what I like,
That's why we need to film this podcast.
what I like
we
to
need
call me
film it.
cheese pocket.
How long ago did you drink this Kavir you were telling me about that's gone straight through you? Because that is a concern if it was recent.
That was on my way home from work. So
Today?
yeah. So what we had about 5-6 hours ago.
Okay. Do you feel like it's fully passed?
I don't know. But I've been shitting like a champion ever since. So
Wow.
Yeah. It's meant to be good for your gut.
And the
Kefir,
film's
isn't
called
it?
Get Out.
yeah.
So is, yeah. Very
2017's Oh my God!
Yeah. So it's been
It's been a week.
it's been a fun afternoon.
So other than shit leaving your body, what have you been watching this week?
are we going to start with me? Are we?
Yeah, let's start with you.
To be fair, I never start. Loads. Considering it's been a week since we last recorded, I've big time been on the movies. So I continued with my watching of the Alien franchise.
Where are you up to now?
So I skipped Resurrection because
You knew that one well.
I knew that. It's also shit.
It's the one I started with.
Well,
That was the only one I'd watched. So I rewatched Prometheus.
Thoughts?
Not as bad as I first remember.
Did you love that
From the
music?
first-
I so cleverly guessed was the right piece of music.
Yeah, about
last
that. It's
episode.
not in Covenant.
It's sampled in Covenant. Not the exact piece of music, but the same composer samples that track in the Covenant one. I think that's close enough.
I didn't hear it. That's all I'm saying.
That counts.
I didn't hear it during that film. But anyway, so that's spoiler alert. I also watched Covenant. Dog shit.
You like Covenant?
It's dog shit.
I thought it was better than Prometheus.
No, dog shit.
Did you not like the Fass?
I think
Fassbender in that?
I thought it was dog shit.
I think
Absolute dog
they're
shit.
Really?
I think they're both pretty dog shit, to be honest.
Prometheus was bad, but not as bad as I remember it being from the first time I watched it. Covenant, I will never return to that film.
Really? I just thought they were too bad.
My 2 cents worth is Prometheus is a good film, but it's dog shit as an Alien franchise film.
Okay.
Covenant is a bad film, but works better in the Alien franchise.
So have you guys both now seen the latest Alien film?
I have not yet watched
Romulus,
Romulus.
yeah.
It's the next one
You
I'm going
have.
to watch.
So you hold that up as
Romulus is the third best
third
Alien
best
film.
Alien film.
So yeah, I've watched 2 other films. First one being Prey.
Prey is good.
It's not.
What?
It's not.
Prey's
It's,
great.
it's another poor attempt at capturing the magic of the original Predator. It is the same plot, as the original Predator, but done not as good.
It's not really the same.
It's done once
plot.
again, like the remake Predators. They try to recapture the magic there with that. Essentially, was the same plot. This is the exact same thing, but rather than a marine, it's a little girl who is not remotely believable as a protagonist and capable of taking down the Predator.
I think she was
It
good.
is the exact same plot.
It's not.
As the original. It is.
It's not.
It is. It's a Predator that comes down,
Yeah.
and you've got this one solo person trying to take it on. Same as
Yeah.
the original Predator. It's another way of recapturing that magic. Fell short.
This is the same thing as Independence
short.
Day when he's angry that people.
It just for me, it fell short of recapturing the Predator magic.
Really?
Right.
I thought
So
it
it was the exact. For me, it was just the exact same plot. Another example, not as good.
But Predator 2 is the same plot, but it takes place in modern day LA.
Yeah, but this wasn't the Predator 2. It wasn't just one guy. It was like a team of people, wasn't it?
Well, no, it
Whereas
was
Predator 1 was more focused around Arnie in the jungle surviving against this guy.
There was a group of guys,
Yeah, he
and they slowly
emerges
get
as the
picked
protagonist, but it's a team.
Yeah, but the main focus is Arnie towards the end surviving, which is the same in Prey.
But the same focus in Predator 2 is Donald Glover. There's some other cops that die on the way.
My point stands. It's just another attempt to recapture the magic of the original,
it's
just not.
I
that
think
good.
Prey's excellent.
But
It's just not that good.
I think we maybe need to take a little look at something like the Fast and Furious franchise. If you're upset about films
But it's got different cars!
repeating the same plot again.
I mean, no, I'm more than happy to have the Fast and Furious franchise dragged over hot coals when we get to it. But my point stands. It's just a rehash of that.
I think
of that plot, and it's
But
just
do you
not done.
not think it stands up just a well-made,
it's
well-shot,
interesting
well-paced
to see
film?
how people without modern firearms would be able to take it on.
Yeah, not when it's a little girl. She's
don't
not.
like-
It's
doesn't
not.
like
She's not a
that it's
believable.
a
She's not.
girl.
But she's not a believable protagonist.
But it's quite fun because the Predator doesn't see her as a threat because she's a little girl at first, and therefore doesn't target her, and that's why she manages to outwit it because he doesn't see her as a threat.
Then,
And she doesn't-
then you've just made this film sound even worse because you've made the Predator a fucking idiot.
Well, no, because that's the whole thing. Predators only attack
Because then,
the
as soon as,
strong.
yeah, but then as soon as she starts attacking him, you've made the Predator sound like a fucking idiot. So you've just made the film worse.
Right, hang on.
Why do you get so angry?
I feel like we're going off, but we do need to address the fact the Predator always attacks the strongest because that is their culture.
Yes.
Yeah. There are points in that where she starts to attack him, where she's starting to fight him, and he goes to go after her, and then a stronger attack hits him or distracts him away, and so he goes after the bigger threat. When she finally takes him down, she doesn't do it through Arnold Schwarzenegger out strengthening him. She outwits him and uses the technology against him, which it doesn't matter whether you're male, female, big, small. She outwits the Predator, and the reason she's got the advantage is just because the Predator sort of discounts her at the beginning. That's all
To be
perfectly
fair,
understandable.
that's basically what Arnold did in the first one. Is he had to use his wits actually.
Yeah.
So if Predators had a weakness, if anything, it would be that they're a little bit overconfident.
Again, rehash of the first film. It just wasn't.
Yeah,
good.
but I was interested. It was interesting to see it in a different place.
I
they say
I
now,
don't think it was.
And people say now, do the same again, but make it in feudal Japan. I'd watch the shit out
Oh
of that.
fuck yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the different predators coming down into different warmongering
Yeah.
societies at different times.
I just
How would
don't
they
need
fare?
the same film being done over and over again.
Okay, I agree.
Let's say-
Actually, I want to see the film where
If you're going to do another Predator film, do it. Make it a bit more exciting. Do it something different with it.
Yeah,
not
I
just
agree.
here's a Predator. He doesn't take someone as a threat, and next you know, oh, he's been defeated.
I think he comes down, he tries the whole apex predator thing. It just doesn't work out. He gets really sort of depressed over the whole thing. He just starts wandering. He's wandering down the highway. He ends up in a bit of a mid kind of desert town. Before you know it, he's taken up a job as the local mechanic.
But this is what I'm actually
He meets
looking
the lady.
This Count Nick's bollocks. This is what I'm actually looking forward to.
What? Different film.
This is what I'm actually looking forward to. Predator Badlands. It's actually looks like going to be a different take on the Predator.
Yeah, it's weird actually because I'm finding it really difficult to
Is that like angsty teenage Predator?
Yeah, I really don't like it when the
I
predators...
don't like the design of the Predator, but the actual premise I like.
But I also find it weird that they're like, how do we make the Predators the good guys? Like, stop trying to make the fucking Predators the good guys.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of every film, I agree with this. At the end of film, they're like, the Predator should really, like, team up with the human to fight the... Fucking stop that shit. Like, the Predator is fucking... You never see, like, fucking Jason be like, okay, actually, let's help each other out. Like, Jason's the big fucking bad guy. Have the Predator the big fucking bad guy.
Anyway, I'm not having
Nick,
it.
what have you been watching?
Praise a great film. I haven't watched anything apart from Get Out.
Nice. I've been going back. This is like not really a film thing, but I've been starting to rewatch Sharp.
Oh, nice.
1993, Sean Bean, fucking amazing.
Classic Sean Bean. Before he started dying all the time.
Well, that's the thing. I heard this amazing thing where it's like basically all his film roles since Sharp are karma for the amount of times he didn't die in Sharp.
Yeah.
Like in Sharp, there's so many times you like run, there's an explosion, or he gets shot in the leg. But I mean, literally, a splinter back then was like a death sentence.
Yeah.
And he'll be like shot in the gut, and he'll be like, next week I'm fine.
He came through it all unscathed. Yeah, and then the rest of his career, payback.
So yeah, just that. Yeah, nothing really. Just sort of like chilling, watching this and that. It's been good.
Well, do you know what? I can't wait to see what Jim's going to make of today's film.
It's going to be interesting. What is it again, Jim?
It's 2017's
Yeah.
Get Out.
Both a psychological horror film and razor-sharp social commentary, Get Out is a 2017 film written, co-produced and directed by Jordan Peele in his directorial debut. With unforgettable performances from the cast, including central characters Daniel Kaluuya and Alison Williams, the plot follows young black photographer Chris as he travels to upstate New York with his white girlfriend Rose to spend the weekend meeting her nice but something's not quite right family, the Armitages. As the mystery and suspense mounts through a series of deeply unsettling, skin-crawling interactions, the shocking truth of the family's motivations are revealed, and Chris must fight to get out alive. With multiple accolades and nominations, including an Oscar win for Best Original Screenplay, Get Out was both a critical and international success. But will Jim's opinion be get in for Get Out, or will it be get out, can get off, because I just don't get it?
That's a lot of gets.
Was a lot of gets.
So yeah, go on then.
Where do we start? Do we just... do we say what we feel about it first?
Well, firstly, I think Nick needs to tell me why he put it on the list.
That's a good point.
I just think it's a brilliantly made film. I think for so many different reasons, this is one I wanted you to watch. I think it's a weird one, right? It's very similar. Right? If we ever get to Hereditary, I think in a very similar way, that film was the director's debut. And this is Jordan Peele's directorial debut, which he's also written and co-produced this. And it's just like, I don't know if you guys have seen many of other subsequent films from Jordan Peele. I'd still hold this one up as the strongest, the same that I would for Ari Aster's Hereditary. I just think it just gets everything right in the first go. I just think it's just wonderfully written. I think even if you take all of the incredibly well done kind of racial social commentary out of it, and that brings to me so much more kind of just
uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's just like, it just makes your skin crawl, but in that amazing way that just makes it such a magnetising watch. But even if you took that out of it, I'd still think it's an incredibly well crafted horror film. It's not even really horror, it's kind of suspense.
It's not horror, it's like a thriller.
It's like a thriller. It's got a great comedy in it. That most of that is delivered from the central character's best mate. I think all of his scenes are just hilarious. But then when you bring this added layer of kind of racial commentary into it, I just think it's really well done. I'm really interested to see what Jim thinks, but I don't think it overdoes any of that. Obviously it's a central hook to the whole film, and I think it's all the better for it.
What I found so hilarious is how old white people can seem like lobotomized young people. It basically is what I'm like, because you're like, oh my god, have they like cut those black people's brains out? Nope, they're just old white people being old white people.
Man, just think everything is spot on in this film. I think the writing, the plot is brilliant. Everyone's acting their tits off in this film. Like I don't think there's a bad performance in this film for me. I think everyone is just doing a brilliant job at their characters.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I'd seen this once before, but I sort of not watched it sort of with an analytical eye, or not more than I normally do for films. But there's like a few bits that I change is the wrong word. There's a few bits where I thought it was going to go, and for me personally, if it had done that, it would have just upped it a little bit more for me, which maybe we'll touch upon a bit later on. But overall, it just such it's like one of those films where enjoyable watch is like a weird thing to say, but it's like an enjoyable watch, but also you feel like you're watching something like a little bit worthwhile. Like it's quite nice to watch something where you're like, this is really enjoyable, this has kept my attention. Oh fuck, aren't certain people awful?
Yeah.
And you really hope that like it won't change those people, but hopefully people are going to stop being awful in the future.
Yeah.
Because stuff like this is around.
You mean like even just like from the casual racism
just the casual
perspective.
racism.
Yeah.
Like
we're not even talking about the people that take out the brains.
Yeah, no, like if that could stop, that would be great. But yeah, just like the casual racism thing, and I think like it's so interesting. Like part of the social commentary that I picked up, because at the moment, let's not get too political, but they're talking so much, in England and America about immigrants and about how like, oh, they got to integrate, they got to learn to be like us kind of thing. Excuse me. And you just see in this sort of microcosm of like Chris is in this world where no one is making any attempt to engage with him on his level. And so then like...
Well, it's almost like they are, and it's all the worse for it.
Well,
just like...
yeah, but they're not trying to treat him like a human being. They're trying... I mean, for obvious reasons later down the line. But, then when he does see someone else who just happens to be black, and he's just like, hey, brother, like, good to see another person. Like, and like, we might be like, like, this is the problem. They don't try and engage with us. They just go to their own kind and they kind of talk. But like, this is the problem. Is like, if they're treated so like they're an outsider, then they're going to obviously gravitate to other outsiders, And it's interesting to explore that dynamic,
Yeah. I thought it was. I just thought the
we've talked Jim's satire. Oh, I'm dying to know what he thinks.
I'm very intrigued. Yeah. I mean, this is one. This could easily be in my top 10. I think. I just think it's a brilliantly crafted film, and it's a film that's made on a relatively tiny budget as well, about $4.5 million.
I mean, yeah.
And I think it grossed like over 200. Like this was obviously a massive commercial success as well. But yeah, I think it holds up a mirror, I think, to a lot of casual racism.
Yeah.
And it holds up a mirror to what probably, I've no doubt, an awful lot of people have had to learn to deal with their entire lives because of the colour of their skin. And I thought it held up that mirror in a really clever way, but it's encapsulated in this really well-made, frightening, but hilarious film, I would say. And the performances are great. Jim.
Yeah.
What did you think of this film?
Not much.
It insists on itself.
Not a great deal. I really don't understand it being on the list at all. It's not one that I would consider a classic in any way, shape or form, not even a modern classic. So for it to be included on the mega wheel, I think it's a bit unnecessary.
I mean, it's not the colour of rubber.
Well, that's not on the Mega World, though, is it? That's my junk food. That's a different world altogether. I don't think this is a film I needed to have seen.
What?
It's not one of those ones that I would put in the category of, no, you should probably have seen this film by now.
No way.
You know, for a director, you know, he's a young black director. You know, considering
Not that young.
Not that young.
Well, age comparative to other directors, he's probably quite young. But, you know, so for a youngish black director, like the first few bits of dialogue you have, you're throwing out like, "Oh, have you told your family I'm black?" I don't need that. Go be a bit more tactful about it. And then the next scene along, "Sir, can I have your light?" It's like, all right, we get it. We get what you're trying to show with that. It's like, be a bit more tactful. Don't throw it in my fucking face.
I think,
no. It's so in your. It's just so in your face.
Did you not think it's
Be smarter with it. You as a black man directing this film. Be more tactful with it. Don't throw it at her face.
But
it's thrown in their face.
Yeah, he's literally gone on to say it's not necessarily autobiographical, but a lot of the exchanges.
It's not an Let's just clarify.
No, but I mean, like in terms of the experiences of the central character.
No, I get that.
He's pulled a lot from direct experiences that people have.
I'm sure in African American, that is how they feel. But
there's not. It's what people experience.
Be smarter about it in the film. You don't need to just fire it straight in your face in the first 5 minutes of a film.
But why shouldn't they fire it in our fucking face? Like, I'm sorry, but
because just be smarter with it. You don't need to be so blunt and go as if you're just taking a fucking blunt object and smacking him around the back of the head with it. Be smart, be tactile with it. Don't be like, oh, like racism. I get what you're trying to do with the film. I don't need it thrown in my face. Be smarter. Don't be so.
Give an example of how, because obviously part of that, right, is it's building up the initial premise for the film, which at some point, obviously, this film throws a huge twist.
Did you see that coming?
Yes, it was a very which twist? I'd say there's like 2-3 twists in this film.
Did you see the twist of it wasn't just weird white suburbans? They were.
I mean, that was so blatantly obvious.
It was obvious that they were putting old white people in black people's bodies.
No, that's why I'm saying there's more than one twist in the film.
No,
so
that's the twist.
The whole twist of these people are clearly doing something weird. Very obvious from the get go.
Yeah, it's meant to.
Yeah, that's not a twist.
What I'm saying is that was one of the twists. Because that's the next step in the film. It's like, oh, surprise, we're actually doing something weird.
I just want to stop here. This is going to be a great episode.
Is it?
It's going to be a great episode.
I don't know. I'm about to walk out of this fucking podcast.
But no, I did not see the twist of they're taking old white people and putting them into young black people. I don't even know if that got fucking explained, why they're putting them in specifically into black people. Or, you know, it may have got said while this old bloke was babbling on about some fucking breed of butterfly, or I think that's what he was babbling on about. It was so convoluted and fucking ridiculous, that thing. I was like, just shut up now and get on with the film.
What?
Then
Why did you get so angry about it?
It was just so unnecessary. And then obviously it just randomly turns into a slasher for the last 10 minutes, and I was like, okay. Yeah. There was a few like unsettling scenes in it. You know, the woman that played I don't know her name.
The maid. She was phenomenal. Granny.
Yeah, Granny. The girlfriend I thought was dog shit.
No, she's brilliant.
I thought she was so wooden.
Really?
So wooden.
She's absolutely... So Alison Williams as Rose.
I thought she was dog shit.
I thought she was so 100% believable in both roles.
Oh, yeah, I think everyone gives
I thought
an
when her
amazing
role
performance.
switched, I was like, oh, this is just shit.
I think that...
she was so... just not there for me.
What did you like? There's some other amazing performances in this.
But the main guy, like Kaluuya?
Daniel
Kaluuya.
Kaluuya.
Did you like? Because
he's great in everything.
Yeah,
he is amazing.
He's phenomenal. The only thing I would say is genius. You put that cotton wool in your ears. Keep it in your fucking ears.
Yeah, I thought because they might
don't take that cotton wool out.
I don't know when he put it in because then he was restrained.
Yeah, but he could.
I don't think he could.
Yeah, he
Oh,
I couldn't, but
here we
could.
go.
I don't
This
think
has
he- I
gone back
don't
to the
think-
fucking dog wandering through the ice again.
No, I don't think he could. From how he was straight, I don't think he's getting his hand down. I don't think he's
Put
getting
your
down.
hands on the table.
I mean, I don't need to. It was like down there.
Right. Then lean forward. Keep going. His back isn't attached to the seat. His wrists are
Yeah,
attached.
nor is mine, but you're not. I don't think you can.
I think this is Jim's body.
Yeah. Nick, put your hands on the table.
I don't think he's getting down there. No, you're not. You're not going to get it. I
But
don't
his
think
back
he will.
wasn't attached to the seat.
The size of that chair, where his hands were, I don't think he's getting that cotton ball in his ears. I just don't.
Okay.
Right. So you loved his boy. You think he's a great actor.
He's amazing.
You didn't rate Alison Williams'
No,
Rose at all.
she was dog shit.
What did you think about some of the other, as far as I'm concerned, amazing performances? So what did you think about, for example, Catherine Keener as Missy, the mum, who does the hypnotism?
Destroyed 40-year-old virgin for me, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, thank you. I was trying to work. I spent ages trying to work out where I recognise her from. Yeah, she was really unsettling.
Yeah.
Really, really unsettling.
Really interesting, actually. I thought, and this isn't really throwing shade, the weakest out of everyone. I
She
thought
was?
Yeah.
Really?
I did. Because I thought that everyone else did more with what they were given.
Right.
And I thought she was kind of, maybe it's the way it's written or whatever, but like...
She almost underplays that.
Yeah. And
role.
I didn't want her to be more sinister, but I felt like it would have actually been better if she'd been more sort of friendly. If
Right.
she'd come across as more wholesome. Like I would have liked it if everyone else you kind of got a vibe from, but like
She was like,
but
more,
actually
very
she's-
mumsy and
yeah,
like,
you know,
oh hiya Chris, welcome to the family.
yeah,
You know,
and it would
yeah.
almost have been like
give
the
him
sort
that
of false
give him that
twist.
false sense of security.
Yeah.
Like, oh okay,
I
these
think she
everyone else a
was,
bit
though.
weird, but she's
No, she was fucking
no,
weird.
she was
Really?
no, she
Yeah.
was really like distant the whole way. You know, she was
I
always
didn't get that at all. I
whenever
thought
she was in a
just
scene, she was
really-
always kind of in the background with her stirring her cup of tea. She wasn't like
She was sort of watching him.
yeah, she was
and-
always watching from the outset.
Yeah,
She
it was-
wasn't.
This is the thing. Like, I do think like the putting the sort of racism on the side, which I do want to address because I think the part of the thing is, especially what you say about like early on when he's just like, "Have you told your folks that I'm black?" I think that might be also like in England. I think it would be a concern, but I think in America, even now, that is a serious concern. Like mixed race couples have that concern about will the other accept. Like that is a thing, and I think that in the privacy of your own home, knowing that about where you live, you would just be blunt and be like, "Have you told your parents I'm black? Like, are they going to have a problem with that?"
And he obviously knows at that point that she's from this wealthy
Yeah.
upstate family.
Yeah.
So he's
And
gonna be
I think
thinking,
it's, I think you have to address that stuff. Like, it would have been so weird if he pussyfooted around this stuff and everyone had been like, "What the fuck are you doing? That's not what it's like." Like, cops openly ask us for our ID when we've done nothing wrong. Cops drag us out of our cars without explaining what we've done and beat us to death on the side of the road. That shit happens. Don't pussyfoot around it. But when you turn up, immediately everyone's acting sus. And I kind of get that's obviously a choice, but I think it would have been interesting to kind of make it seem like it would have been interesting to maybe make it seem at first that it was his preconceptions, and then slowly, no, actually, it's not. They are weird. Whereas you go in and they're like, "Fuck, they're weird," like straight away. So I think that would have been a maybe a nicer sort of play.
I guess maybe like one potential elevator pitch for this movie could almost have been like, it could have been, "Hey mate, you know how it feels to be like the only black guy at a party? Imagine if like that feeling was because they were a fucking sinister cult in the eye. Imagine like cranking that feeling, which is a real feeling, right? That kind of cringe. Everyone around there who's conscious of it doesn't quite know what to say or embarrassing themselves. Imagine if we really dialed that up to 11 and it turned out it was because there was this crazy cult thing going on. I just think it's such a clever and, for me at least, successful concept for a film. Because I think sometimes there's people out there who maybe don't fully appreciate, because they've not got lived experience of it from viewing it from the outside in, what people might mean when they say something like white privilege. I think it's one of those can be incredibly loaded terms that some people can very easily shrug off or be like, oh no. And that whole thing about like, oh, well, white lives matter too. Oh. It's like, well, have you been fucking killed by fucking police? Like, I think there's that element of it. And I think that's another thing this film does so well, is just to show some incredibly casual moments in life that really represent the idea of white privilege and what so many people of colour have to deal with on a daily basis. And I think again, like, that was really impressive in this film. It kind of puts you on the back foot as a fucking white man. It makes you feel uncomfortable because you are like, fuck, man.
Because I think this is what people misunderstand about white privilege. I'm not an expert, so like, but my understanding, like, loads of people are like, oh, like, white privilege doesn't exist. I don't have a leg up. I've not been advantaged and stuff. But for me, white privilege is the fact that if I am in a car driving along and a police officer stops me, I don't think he's going to shoot me. Or if I'm walking down the street and someone asks me for something, I don't think anything's going to happen to me. You call that white privilege. You call that male privilege, because women have to be more careful about walking down the street, careful about what people are going to do. But as a white man, I don't think this shit's going to happen to me. It doesn't. It's not the first thing that appears to me, that occurs to me, and that is white privilege.
And I think it's so much more kind of the things that you learn are so much more ingrained in that as well. It's from, imagine like walking down the street and a woman walking opposite you subconsciously moves her bag to the other shoulder. Just imagine like having to put up with that shit all the time, not through any fault of your own personally, right? And I just feel like that's what this film does really well from the outset. So I don't think it's necessarily like hammering it home in a really kind of unintelligent way. I think it's like,
no, I'm not saying the whole film
is some real shit.
I haven't said the whole film. I'm saying that opening sequence, it felt like it was just being blunt and bad. It was unnecessary. When they get to the house, I think it trails off completely.
What do you mean trails off? That
racism
whole concept?
I don't think it's that apparent in that when he's at the house, because he's just at a party and they're just kind of progressive from there. I don't really think they're outwardly kind of trying to alienate him whilst he's there, because when he arrives, the dad speaks to him. The only one that is the brother, and he's quite obviously a weirdo from the outset.
I think the brother's underutilized.
He's so good.
He's
so good.
It wasn't made clear, but he was obviously the one that drove the car at the opening sequence and kidnapped the guy that then shows up in the party.
The blind guy that's going to get Chris's body, he says, like, you're lucky, like, Rose's methods of acquiring stock is much nicer. So
I missed that bit of dialogue.
He's in the new. He's playing, I think, Dracula, by the way, in the new Dracula film. That's
he's in Jones. X-Men First Class.
Oh, is he?
He's Banshee, I think.
Oh, he's very fucking good in this.
But yeah, so he was obviously like. But yeah, I think from when he arrived at the house, I think it felt to me like the dad was quite welcoming to him. Obviously, the mum was just being, like you said, could have been a bit more mumsy, but I don't
understand what you're upset about there. Like, first of all, it was too much. Then you're like, now it's fine because it's not.
I'm not upset about anything.
It's meant to throw.
I'm not upset about anything.
Meant to throw you off the scent. It's meant to like.
I'm saying is I didn't need it to be just blunt as all hell in the opening couple of minutes. It's like, also be a bit more intelligent about it.
But that cop scene has a second meaning, right? So once you know what's planned, you realise that she isn't like actually fighting this fight about like, oh, cop, you shouldn't ask for his ID. She doesn't want the cop knowing his ID because he's about to go missing.
Yeah.
No, you didn't fucking know that.
No, I'm not. I know that.
You didn't say yeah.
I'm not
now,
saying. But that's got nothing to do with what I'm saying.
It does, because now a scene that you were just like, oh, just throwing it in your face, like a cop asking for his ID. Now you know that scene is in there because it's got two meanings. Where you first think, oh, she's just trying to protect Chris. This is ridiculous. Cops just go in the extra. When actually you realise that she is protecting her own back, that the cop has no record of Chris being on that road.
And additionally, it does her a favour to get Chris even more on side, like, oh, I fucking love you. Because afterwards, he's like, that was so hot.
That was dope.
And now he's even more likely to shrug off initially the oddness of the family circumstances.
But I still didn't need that. I didn't need the cop being like, give me your ID. I'd have preferred it if he was just, I don't know, eyeballing him up, like giving him some dodgy looks. Something like, not You know what I mean? So can you got given the impression, okay, I get where this is going to go, but you didn't need him to go, give me your ID. I did not need him interacting with Chris in any way, shape, or form.
But what really would the difference be between can I see your ID, sir, or looking him up and down
Because
a bit?
one way's a bit smarter than the other.
Is it though?
Yes! Because
I
you're
feel
being
like
more subtle with it. You're being subtle with it. You're not going outwardly going, give me your ID. You're being subtle and you're showing, okay, this cop might, we see the cop's intention, but he's not acting on it.
If the cop doesn't ask for the ID and she doesn't stop the cop from seeing the ID, then one, Chris doesn't feel more attracted to her because she stands up for him and is willing to fight for their love, which you quote unquote forbidden love in this part of the world. And two, you don't then look back and go, oh fuck, she wasn't doing that because she was being altruistic. She was doing that because she didn't want the cop knowing his name.
By the way, you say this part of the world is set in New York, upstate New York.
Yeah.
So it's not like in the South. It's not like it's
I meant
deep
more
as
like
Texas.
this part, sort of like sheltered, very white community, very
Right, yeah.
rich, kind of like that.
Yeah, but then you could move that scene further on in the film. You could have her fight for the love with the family.
Why?
Then
move
it'd be
it?
more impactful.
Why
But she
move
does throughout the film, right up until that very final reveal where she's looking for the keys, and then she's like, no keys. Right up until that point, she is backing him. So you're led to believe she isn't in on any of the weird shit that's going on. Right up until that point, when
Yeah,
the
but then
rest of
just
the
stop
family.
having it in the house. Don't.
I don't understand
what
why
is
you
it-
want
don't
to
get
take
hooked up
out
on this?
a perfectly fine scene.
because it's. I don't.
You
think
didn't
it's
have a problem
necessary.
with the hitting the deer scene, which on paper has absolutely much less to do with the plot than the policeman.
Yeah, but that's what brought in the policeman.
Right.
So you just take that out completely.
Say that as well. That's out. That bit's out too.
In fact,
Unnecessary.
don't even drive to it. Have the parents come to it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just have all this happen at the house. Have the
What I
first
find so-
have the first meeting. Could always change the parents and be like, oh, okay, show a bit of shock on their face, like, oh, okay, right, bit racist.
What?
And then she starts fighting, going, well, no, actually, and that's where you start having him build this trust. You don't need to have this policeman just come in just for the sake of it. You just don't need that scene.
But that scene also then plays into it later when the police turns up, and you think, like, because I was thinking, and I'm assuming this is what you meant to think, policeman's going to turn up, slightly racist policeman, is going to see a black man crouching
Strangling
over a dying white
woman.
woman, and is going to shoot him.
But
Yeah.
that's why the first one out of the car was his mate.
The only one out of the car was his mate. But that is the reveal, because at first you think, oh my god, Chris is going to get shot by a cop.
Yeah, he's going straight
Because
to
look
jail.
at this scene. When the cop turns up, everyone should go, oh fuck, he's going to get shot by the cops. That is what is meant to be your thinking. Then when his friend gets out of the car, everyone goes, oh thank god.
But then that scene fell because I didn't think that. When the cop pulled up, I wasn't thinking Chris is getting shot.
Okay, but all right, let's take.
Did you think that?
Yeah, but let's take.
I
Let's,
wasn't thinking that because I saw the police car pull up. I was like, well, that's the end of the film.
You
Let's-
thought he's so totally safe.
Yeah, I felt no reason to think any other reason.
Chris's face, not completely happy that a cop turned up.
but did you not think that he's
Yeah,
meant?
but considering what he's just gone through, who knows what pulling up that drive? I felt no reason to think he was about to get shot.
Take race out of it, right? Even in that scenario, I think it's still likely that a white person would have, in that circumstance,
Yeah,
a cop
they
comes
might,
out and
yeah.
they get arrested or whatever. It's even without the race part, he's meant to be like, oh fuck, and then
This
his mate
looks
gets
bad.
out
Yeah.
and he's like, oh thank fuck for that, and his mate's hilarious and they drive away. So even take race out of it, it does what it needs to do by saying, oh shit, oh phew. Add the race part into it, and it adds just an additional kind
Layer,
of suspense of, oh, I'm fucked now, and it's his mate.
Yeah.
And not only that, but it's his mate that's like, I fucking told you, like sex cult. I just think it's.
But then I think that's a play on people. I think maybe I think potentially that's me better than everyone else.
What?
Because I'm not putting race into it.
But it's meant to
I'm
put
looking at-
race into it.
Yeah, but then
the film wants you to
but then
put race
that's-
into
but
it.
then I think if your head is willing to put race into it,
No,
I
no.
think that says more
No, no.
on you than it does me.
No, the film definitely wants you to put race.
Yeah, I just think if you're willing to take race out completely and not see race at all, which I haven't in this film.
I don't think you can take a high. I don't think you can take a high ground by saying that you chose to ignore any of the racial commentary on this film, and as such,
at the end of the film, I think if I'm looking at it, and go, I don't see any reason. You know, I'm not seeing a black man or a white man. I'm just seeing a man.
No, but that's the problem. Everyone's said that when people say like, "Oh, I'm colorblind," that's the worst thing you can do. Don't be fucking colorblind. See them for the black person they are, and just take them for what they are, like who they are. Sorry, not what they are. Why do you always
have to throw colour in it? Don't you see them for the black person? Just see them for the person they are.
But
nobody needs to be like, see him.
Right. You
don't need to be going, oh, he's black, he's white. I'll see him for the white man he is. I'll see him for that. But just see him for the person that they are.
No, but
Jim, that's
the point
lovely.
is
that is lovely.
You don't need to not see their colour, because colour also is probably a cultural thing, and it's good to embrace other people's cultures. So when people say, "Oh, I'm colourblind, I don't see colour," that's bullshit. Black people, Asian people, BAME people have come out and said they fucking hate it when white people say they're colourblind.
Say that, they are bullshitting because they are knobheads. I'm just saying.
But you're not. You truly don't see
because
colour.
I'm not. I haven't said I don't see colour. I'm saying I'm seeing a person. I'm not saying you're a black person, you're a white person, you're an Asian person. You're a person.
But I think the film is.
I'm not saying that this person's going to have a better life than this person. I'm not saying that person A is not going to have a higher chance of getting shot on sight than the police than person B. I'm just saying, don't need to always throw race into it.
But this right. But let me say right. There's 100,000 horror films that tell a horror story and don't throw race into it. And your point is, why did they have to throw race into this one? That's the point of this film. Is taking race.
Yeah, if you take race out of it, there isn't a film.
Yeah,
this is a film about racism.
That is the point of it. It's like saying, like, why did they have to inject the fucking Jews into Schindler's List? For God's sakes, didn't need it. Just didn't even need it.
Quite so Holocaust.
Like, it's the point of this film is commentating about deeply rooted racism, but it's also doing it in a way that delivers a horror film.
It's meant to make you think. It's meant to make you stop and for a second think, how fucked up is it that in a film where all this shit's gone on, when the cops turn up, it might not be a good thing? That is an essence, that is a quintessential point of it, is that the vision of Chris, a black man, over this white woman, even given everything we know, and be completely innocent on the cop's part. I'm not saying he's necessarily a racist, this fictitious cop that turns up. I'm not saying what happens. But what I'm saying is, in a world we live in, especially in America, isn't it terrible that when we see those blue flashing lights, because in 90s films, think about the amount of action films that ended with flashing lights and the cops turn up and now everything's fine, our heroes made it to that point. In this film, we're saying he might now be fucked.
It's like one final...
That's not like...
Yeah. It's like one final...
That thought did not cross my mind.
Then...
Like it's meant to be this final point about like he's made it through this insane situation and come out alive, and just like you said, Sam, it should be like imagine if it was like a white woman,
Die Hard, or
like the cops come, oh thank God everyone's safe, it's over.
Yeah.
It's meant to be that last point of like, here we fucking go. I've made it out of all of this.
I'll tell you why that point didn't cross my mind, because in my head he should still be fucked. Because even when he's driving up and the cop's going to go, well, hang on, you've killed 5 people. He should still be fucked.
Yeah.
Irregardless of whether the cop gets straight out and goes, hang on, bang, irrelevant. He should still be getting arrested for 5 fucking murders. That's what...
3. He kills 3 people, I think.
Well, the fire kills another one.
Mum, son, dad. Oh, yeah, 3, yeah. Yeah, because the farmer, yeah.
The granny's in the car accident. And then
the
granddad...
4, because dangerous driving. Granddad shoots.
But 5, because technically the fire also kills the guy from the gallery. The blind guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's already got
his
skull. His head's open.
So, in my head, I'm like, well, he's still getting fucked because he's killed 5 people.
But now we've said it...
But would you say the same thing about, like, the woman that escapes the serial killer film and has to, like... Do you know what I mean? It's all those films where they have to escape that situation and kill off the people that are trying to kill her. I don't think you ever come out of that going, well, she's going to get arrested.
Yeah, but she's
going down.
Yeah, but she does that in those kind of situations. Those slasher films, the killer's never dead. They always go to try and find the body. The body's gone, so the killer is never
So the
dead.
case collapses.
Whereas this is meant to be a more grounded, realistic scenario, right?
Not really.
Of taking out brain transplants and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But,
take out all of that, and it's completely.
But the actual basic, it's around the
Basically,
house. It's maybe a more grounded approach.
If you take out the brain transplants and the racism, you've got yourself a film.
Just take out the brain transplants, the silly part,
right?
And the whole him running around killing is. Is
what? What are you trying to say?
I don't.
What are you trying to fucking say?
I don't know. I feel like I've lost my train of thought on this
I
one.
feel like you didn't have one.
I did.
I feel like from that very first scene, like you do, you checked out.
No, I didn't check
Something
out.
happens earlier on, and you're like, brains coming out for this one.
I'm just slightly
Not
worried.
even remotely checked out.
I'm slightly
I
worried
watched the film
that you're
from
like, when
start to
Chris
finish.
was at the house, it all seemed fine. Everyone was lovely to him. Like, there was so much... And the fact, like, did you not pick up on the fact that the one white person, that seemed to be genuinely friendly to him and just treated him on like a humanist level was blind?
I also knew he was about to get his brain.
Yeah, but I think at first you're supposed to think, oh, he's nice, he's just treating him normally.
Yeah, I think you are. Yeah.
Does he know he's black?
Yeah, it does hint at that.
Like, you see?
I just don't think...
But everyone else at the party is being
think they
completely cringe and like...
awful.
I don't think they were.
And I think the
They're
performance
like,
from Lakeith Stanfield as Andre/Logan, who's had the procedure done.
Oh my god, amazing.
He's that guy you meet that turns around when Chris goes to introduce himself to him, and he's like just this eerie, something's not quite
He
right.
plays an old white guy so well.
It's so good. So good, man. It's a great performance.
Something that I didn't need explained, but did I miss it? You know when Chris is outside having a cigarette and the granddad
who's like
just
the
runs
gardener.
towards him.
Yeah.
What is that?
That later on...
He just said it was out late night exercise.
Yeah.
But is that actually what it was?
I mean,
or had the black guy taken back over and tried to run?
Because when he was caught up at the end, he was sprinting like that at him.
Yeah.
When they run down,
So it's
she
just
said,
like
and
a
she
jump
said-
scare moment.
and she says, "Granddad, I think you are meant to just think, who the fuck's this running at him?
Yeah,
Chris,
I guess the explanation is
Chris,
like,
why are you still stood there?
he's just utilising this body that he's got to
Yeah.
run around at night like and do his
It's
exercise.
just weird that he like ran straight at him and then off.
Yeah. I mean, it could be
maybe
a
it's
combination
just
of
like
all
a
of
bit
that.
of a jump scare thing.
Yeah.
I didn't need.
Well, it wasn't really a jump
explanation.
scare because you've seen him coming from fucking miles.
Well, yeah, but alright, it's fucking scary moment. Like, I would say the only two scary bits in it are that bit and then the bit where she wakes up in the car. That bit where she wakes up in the car is genuinely, and she goes mental, and you're like, fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the grandma.
Yeah.
But I think it's not it's not even like this isn't a jump scare
No, it's
horror
not.
film.
I mean,
is
I
it?
was
It's
more
about the dread
scared
and
with the. I assume it was some kind of fucking ballot, like a bidding war for the body or something. Was it?
the
The
bingo
bidding war,
thing.
yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah, it was
Were
like
they
a
meant to be-
bidding.
were they meant to be bidding?
Yeah.
With bingo.
Yeah.
I don't know why they had bingo paddles.
How much they'll pay to get this body, to get Chris's body.
Because obviously they weren't having.
Is it 10 million or is it 1 million? Is that going up in millions or 100,000s?
I don't know. I didn't stop to think.
I
enough
reckon it's going up in 100,000s.
Do you reckon?
They don't seem rich enough to be bidding 10 million
Maybe,
for
yeah.
a black guy body.
No.
Like that for me was quite.
Maybe it's going up in tens.
That
Would
for
you
me
be
was
happy?
a.
I don't think it's 10s either. I think it's 100,000s.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Yeah, so that for me was probably the
Because it was just
scare-
unsettling
It was just
and
an
quiet.
unsettling scene of like.
Because if it was going up with 10s, would you go to all that effort for like...
No, I
like
was
grand?
joking, of course.
Obviously, at first you're thinking, well, what the fuck's going on here? They're just lifting bingo, but then obviously the reveal of Chris's photo on the thing, you're like, all right, they're bidding for him for some
Did
reason.
you not get that it was bidding straight away?
Yeah, but I didn't know what they were bidding for.
I think
Because
it's,
obviously they
because
did-
they
because
say,
they did-
let's
they
go and
don't-
play bingo, and everyone's like, ooh.
Because they didn't
Initially
actually
you're kind of
reveal.
like,
Because
are
obviously, it
they
wasn't
actually
until they.
That's not how they play bingo, though.
No.
It wasn't until they revealed the photo of Chris on the altar thing. You go, oh, okay, they're bidding for Chris.
Okay.
But at that point, then obviously you don't know why they're bidding for him until then. Further on, you go, okay, you're
Sex slave.
I think, honestly, the character of Rod as the friend to the TSA agent is so good. I think it's needed as well for the film because it lightens up every moment that like switches to him.
Yeah.
And his experience. I think you needed not only did you need his perspective on what could be going on, he's also hilarious as well.
Yeah, it was good.
It's very
Right. So before we jump on to our meatball ratings, give us a favourite and least favourite bit of the film.
Okay, well, so for me, I would say my most favourite bit is probably just, I mean, this is an easy one, and I think it's Chris's performance. It just is so
Kaluuya's performance.
yeah, performance as Chris, I should say. Yeah, it's just it's really sort of emotional, like the bits where he's talking about his mum and not doing anything. Like you just like didn't expect that shit to hit home in the middle of this sort of like slightly out there sort of horror thriller.
Yeah.
And then like it's then quite cathartic because there's sort of like this undertone of her hypnosis has unwittingly fixed him because he gets out of it because he acts. Like that's the whole thing. Like his mum, he thinks his mum died because he didn't act.
Yeah.
And the kind of thing is that his whole life, well, he's quite a successful photographer. He kind of maybe has taken a bit of a backseat in his life, and he gets out of this situation because he acts.
Yeah, that's like a whole other
There's
side
like
of this
so many
film
like
that you build this character
Yeah.
that is Chris, that you feel like, he's become, as a photographer, he's almost become a passenger, an observer through his life. And then the whole, I agree, like the whole hypnotism side, which I think is brilliantly done.
Yeah.
The whole concept of the sunken place. And once again, like he's facing being this observer where he's helpless. It's just brilliant. That's brilliant horror writing.
And that's the thing, and I think there's so many things going on here that you like if you pick up on these little strands. My least favorite bit, it's nitpicky, it's really gripey, but I feel like
You nitpicky and gripey.
yeah, because I feel like when Rose is rummaging in her bag for the keys, and then she's like, I can't let you get in the car, right?
Yeah.
That had less of an impact because he just found the photos. And you're like, okay, so he actually
Swap that around when he's running. Maybe.
Well, you don't really need the photos, or like maybe if he'd like found like a photo of her with another black guy. That we
Also,
didn't.
speaking of photos, when she's up in the room drinking her milk, whatever, did they have different photos of her with different men?
Yeah, she's put those up
When did they-
afterwards. She's obviously just put them up or something.
Yeah.
But I think that could have been the
Because
reveal
at that point,
then.
Chris is on the operating table. She thinks he's
I'm
gone.
saying because I'm glad that when did she put them up? Because surely
Yeah,
he didn't walk
it's-
into the room and there's like just
No,
this
it's her,
wall of all
it's
these
her
her
trophies, isn't
ex-boyfriends.
it? It's her trophies. But yeah, maybe if like at that point where he was going through the house, he'd like found her trophy room or something. But I do think like the reveal that she's actually not helping him would have been better if like you hadn't seen it before. If this was like the first thing, you would have been like, oh fuck, she's on their side,
Yeah, or maybe he doesn't even see that. The first reveal that it's definitely wrong is when she reveals herself, and then later when she's upstairs drinking the milk, she's flicking through the photo book.
Yeah,
And, like,
exactly.
he doesn't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
see it.
Or
but
he
you're
like runs
like,
through and
oh,
finds
fuck,
her trophy
she's-
room or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have had the first reveal to Chris being the keys,
Yeah.
being like her being like, no, I can't find them, I can't find them, and then he looks at her and she's holding them, being like, can't find them.
Yeah, you're like,
I think I'd have still hated that because it was just so. Well, it was just plainly obvious that she's in on it from the word go.
It's so not.
It is.
It's not.
It is. As soon as you realise the family are not right, you know full well she's going to be in on it.
But again, like that's. I don't think even if you were like it, I know where it's going. I mean, obviously, we all know. Even when you come into this film fresh, it's clear things aren't going to go to a peachy, completely fine.
I'd have been
place.
more
Like,
surprised if she did actually help him and then she got killed by her family. That I would have preferred. But you just know she's in on it as soon as you realise the family are wrong uns. You know she's not right as well.
But I don't think it lessens the impact. Well, even if you were like, yeah, I knew she wasn't going to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it.
Yeah, because I think at that point, like, what's creepy is the fact that she's even at this point, she's still sort of playing the character.
Like
Yeah,
as soon
weird.
as her brother blocked off the door and he starts asking for the keys, I'm like, you're not getting them keys, mate. I know, like, you just know he's not getting them. You know exactly how this scene's going to play out. That she's not going to give him the keys because she's in on it.
Right, let's go to...
Jim's favourite and least favourite.
Yeah, like, was your least favourite that it was...
Not enough racism.
Was it to you think so many things in this film were too predictable?
Yeah, as with most horror films.
Right.
Horror films, as a rule, are normally quite predictable.
Would you argue to an extent that you go in maybe to a horror film thinking, as soon as I start being able to guess things right, like, oh, saw that coming, do you think part of you is prepared to dislike things because you see them coming?
No, I don't just say dislike something if I know it's coming. It will ruin my enjoyment of a film because it's like,
Could you not say
I
that
knew
about
that was coming.
But you
so many other films? I get the point of this is to have a reveal, right, and to supposedly keep things from you. But could you not say that about so many other films like that aren't horror on the face of it? Saw that coming. Oh, saw that coming. Oh, I saw that the Predator was going to kill him. Saw that coming. Like, surely you could say the same point about any other film. Once your brain is in the mode of, I'm gonna guess what's about to happen.
Most films, like Predator's a good example. Like most films, you'd be like, well, everyone apart from Arnie's dying.
And if I turn out to be right,
but the Predator probably would fall in the horror genre.
Right, but you
So
like the
what
Predator.
what I'm saying is it's mainly with horror films that you see the predictable cues coming up.
There's a lot of tropes. I'll get you.
That's where you start. Okay, this, and I think that's probably why at the end of this film, I'm not sat there thinking Chris is fucked, because I'm like, it's the end of the film. I'm like, he's out of there now. It's not. I'm not sat there thinking he's fucked. I'm sat there thinking, well, he's out. He's good. He's good to go, because it's a horror film, and that is the trope. Once you're out, you're out.
right. What was your favourite part?
So I think my favourite part was, well, obviously we've spoken about the
cop scene
bit
at the beginning.
we've spoken about the bidding war. You know,
That's such really an inconsequential scene in the grand scheme.
Yeah, but it's like it's inconsequential.
I suppose
scene,
because that was
but
a reveal you didn't see coming.
One of the reveals, it leads up to the reveal that I didn't see coming.
Okay.
With the whole body swapping, I didn't. So it had me thinking, oh, why are they bidding for Chris? Where's this going to go? And then obviously, like Sam said, touched on with the hypnotism scene, amazing scene. I mean, it just Daniel Kaluuya's performance in general, just phenomenal. The maid, her performance, I don't know her name. If you could look at, I thought she was really unsettling and just brilliant. She always made you
It's Georgina, played by Betty Gabriel.
Always kept you guessing what is her deal.
Yeah, she was good. That scene where she's like laughing, crying is.
You always made you like want you to know more about her as a character, and then I think those were probably like my favourite bits, kind of all culminated. But like I think my least favorite, I think just for me, it is the fact it was quite predictable and playing for quite large portions of it. I think that's for me the least least favourite part of this film.
You said it was predictable, but you then just said the reveal that I didn't see coming of the body swap thing.
Yeah.
So you didn't predict that they were putting old white people in young black people.
I don't think anyone would have predicted that. But everything else was predictable.
So the main part of the film wasn't predictable, but you're saying it's a really predictable film.
Because I don't think it is the main part of the film.
That's what everything's built around.
It's probably the main twist, but I think leading up to it was predictable.
Okay.
I don't think I could have been more plainer with what I said. I don't think I could have put it in.
You have said the
English.
mental thing you're saying plainly, yes.
I don't think I could have said anything more clearly there, Sam. Everything else surrounding that was predictable. Everything leading up to that reveal was predictable.
Okay.
Even after that reveal, it then gets predictable again.
Okay. Yeah, alright. Nick.
I mean, I could have predicted that there was going to be a reveal. Wouldn't have predicted what the reveal is, but there is a reveal coming.
Yeah, that doesn't make it a predictable film. Knowing that the film is going to go somewhere, but I don't know where it's going to go, just makes it a film.
Do you know what I'd say, actually? I think if your enjoyment was lessened, or you marked this film down because of elements you felt like were predictable, I wholeheartedly recommend that you go and give some of Jordan Peele's other directed films a go. Well, the two others, Us and Nope, because I'd like to think I could guarantee that you will not be predicting a whole lot of stuff in there. Arguably, I don't think there is effective films, but given your thoughts around this one, who knows? I think
Us
actually
is
you might
fucking
get
scary as
it's
fuck, though.
mental. Yeah. Have you seen Nope?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that as well.
I like
Actually.
Nope.
I think that,
Nope. Weirdly, Nope. Like I would say Nope. It's not really a factor for me, but it's not predictable or not predictable. It just does what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think for me, what was quite unpredictable is that you sort of see it. I'm trying to be cryptic because I don't give it away, but
Yeah.
like,
I mean, you could give away whatever you want. I'm never watching them.
why not?
I'm not just why. I've got no reason to.
put them on the list.
They're on the list.
Well, I mean, they're not.
Yeah, I think my favourite, but I just think all the performances are so strong. I think it's really hard for me to pick a favourite bit. If I had to pick a favourite scene, it might be the strength of the hypnotism scene, the first one where we first see the sunken place, because I just think it's so well done, and I just think it pulls from the whole film pulls from so many great thriller and horror films. There's elements of Hitchcock in this. There's all sorts of things it just pulls from really effectively. My least favourite thing, I would agree with something you mentioned, Jim, actually, whereas towards the end, the whole reveal as to why they're now choosing black people specifically for the Caligula process doesn't clearly, I think it hints towards like, fashion, black people, it's the fashion now, that kind of thing, or they talk about like genetics and stuff.
I think also all the old white women seem to be
there's that too, especially
getting
maybe
excited
it's
about black guys.
A combination of things. Yeah, it's just like the new trend. It's the new hotness.
Liz actually made an interesting
for them.
point that she picked up on. She picked up on two really interesting points actually. The thing about why black people is, she was like, are they like so racist that they wouldn't think about doing this to a white person, but they don't mind doing it to a black person?
I get there's that too. Yeah, they see
them as like, it's okay, we're only doing it to black people, kind of thing, you know.
Then it's like, well, why would you want to inhabit if that's your
I
feeling?
guess so. But like, if you want to live forever, then you do it.
Yeah.
And she picked up another point as well, which is really interesting, because like at the start you see like the black gardener and the sort of the maid.
Yeah.
What you think of it, and then Liz was like, "That's really interesting. Like, why would you, as like the granddad and the grandma, like want to become like the maid and the gardener?" And then it's like, oh, but actually they're not. We think they're the maid and the gardener, but what? They're going around cleaning their house, cooking, and cutting the grass. So what old people do.
Yeah,
it's only because we've seen them as black people, we think maid and gardener.
Yeah,
again like,
and I guess they get introduced as the housekeeper.
Yeah. But I mean, we instantly think like,
it's another good point.
we buy it as that.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting point.
Yeah. Right. This has been an interesting one.
Meatballs.
Definitely not chime with Jim. Well, actually, I didn't know what. Yeah, I did think this could be a spicy little old meatball, and it has been a bit spicy. Look, we'll go to meatballs, shall we?
I do like spicy meatballs. So yeah, let's go for our meatballs. Where we start him?
Let's start with you. It's your film.
Okay. I mean, this is. I don't think I can not give it 5 meatballs for me. I really, really I really like this film. I think it's just a really well-crafted thriller, suspense, horror film. I think it's got great comedy elements, and I think what it delivers in terms of a message around race, around racism, around stereotypes, all that stuff is really well done. It's a 5 meatball film for me.
Nice. I'll go next. For me, it's I'm going 4.5. So it would be 5, and like the reason that I'm not giving it 5, we'll come to in the next section where we're like, what would we change anything? But like, there's a little bit where it's how I expect expected something to happen, and it didn't. And when it didn't do that, again, maybe just my ego, but I was like, I actually think this other one would have been.
Is it to do with the ending?
Yeah.
Oh, because there were alternative endings considered.
Because I was like, if it had ended like this, I think that would have been a little bit better, and it would have been a 5. So for me, it's a 4.5, just because I think the ending could have been a bit stronger.
Jim, this is where he goes.
Five
You never fucking know.
No, you've got no. It's not hitting 5.
Okay.
4.5.
No, that's still too generous. I can only go no higher than 2.
Wow. Okay.
It wasn't an enjoyable watch. It was predictable in large portions of it.
Apart from the main bit.
Everything leading up to it, it just yeah, 2.
Okay. Two meatballs.
Yeah.
Well, could you think of ways that you would have changed or improved this film then? Let's start with you, Sam, because you said got something quite specific.
So it just at the end, basically, I kind of maybe I wanted it to be a bit of a bleaker ending, but I just in my head like they'd made so much of this this teacup and the fact that like once he'd sort of smashed it, in your head you were kind of like, oh, he's safe from that now. The teacup's gone.
Yep.
And I just thought at the very end, if like when he was like strangling her, if rather than like him just deciding not to do it, and that I don't have a problem with that. Like his, he was like, that's not me. I'm not a killer. I can't bring myself to do this. Even something's horrible. If suddenly she'd like just got her phone out and had a recording of that sound, and had played it, and he'd suddenly like gone under, and then the cops had turned up. And she'd been like, and then you'd just seen her. The final scene was you saw her picking up someone else from a bar.
Yeah,
that's what I would have liked to see.
Yeah,
because like I don't feel like he should have made it.
That would not have made the film better. That would have just made that scene so fucking stupid that she just gets out her phone and goes ding.
But why? Because
it would have been just really hokey to be saying she just gets her phone and goes bing. Oh, I'm hypnotized again.
No, but we've seen that it works because the TV does it. The sound of the TV hypnotizes him. So we know that it doesn't have to be the real thing. So if she'd played the sound...
but it's also, I think it's also the imagery. Because there's a picture of a teacup on the screen.
Okay, so she could have shown him a video.
But she wouldn't have been able to do that, would she? If she's getting strangled, you're saying she's getting strangled and she's fighting for it, so she's got to just get some out and play a sound. The whole point of the TV is it's literally, it's the image on the screen, and I think that's what gets him under it. It's the vision of the teacup. I don't think it's just the sound. I think it's also the visual sight of a teacup.
Okay.
So
I think just playing a sound would have been so hokey. It would have just made it really stupid.
There were other endings considered. So I think in one, Rod, his friend from TSA, breaks into the estate, finds Chris, calls his name, but Chris responds like, I can assure you I don't know who you're talking about. Something like where he has been changed already. I think the original ending that was going to be made was Chris goes through with killing Rose, he gets arrested, his friend Rod meets him in jail, asks for information about the family so he can investigate, but Chris insists that he stopped them so everything is now fine. But it's like, but he's in prison. It's obviously not fine, but he's like, this is the best I can hope for from the situation. Just like we were talking about, that idea of like, he accepted that, I obviously get arrested for all this. Like, I've got no chance now of clearing my name or anything. It was intended to reflect the realities of racism. But I think at the time, following several high-profile police shootings of black people, it made the discussions more, in Peele's words, more woke. And he decided it needed a happy ending. But he felt like that moment where Chris does think he's about to be arrested would preserve that intended reaction.
Right, yeah.
But not for Jim.
Would him being arrested invoke racism, or would it invoke he's killed 5 people, he probably should be arrested?
No, I think what he was worried about is because there'd been a lot of times where black people weren't arrested, they were shot on sight or beaten to death, that people were probably like, oh, it's unrealistic that he was arrested, probably would have been shot in that situation.
Potentially, yeah, or even just like, needed to maybe be softer than that and provide a happier ending, so it wasn't quite as bleak. Or,
I do like a bleaker ending. I think for whatever you say, Jim, I do think like a sound or a video or something, or even he'd stop strangling her at that point and then she'd managed to get him back under, but some way where he didn't get out, and some way where even though her whole family was dead, she took up the mantle and carried it on.
Or how about, what if the police car arrives, a black police officer gets out with a police hat on.
And she's like, uncle?
He's like, Chris is like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
And then the officer's like, what seems to be the problem? Takes his police hat off and he's got the fucking brain surgery marks and you're like, fuck.
And I'd have liked that because I wouldn't have seen it coming.
There you are.
I would if I get an ending that I don't expect. I'd have liked that.
Once again, my pitch delivers.
Yeah,
Even if it was the TSA, even if it was mate get out of the car and went, bosh.
Oh, and he's been...
Yeah, and he's right. You know, we just don't know it yet because obviously they've made. Well, because they've made a big deal out of the film with them, her saying that he's always like talking to her, like making a pass and stuff like that. So it would have made sense. It could have made sense that she has gone, all right, I've gone off and done the naughty, bought the mate back at some point.
When?
Well,
I mean, that would have been-
But you can't have a go at the details of this when that cannot be explained at all.
they would have worked into the story, wouldn't they?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? You just say, oh, I'm off to go visit my parents for the weekend. Don't worry, I'll be back. And that she sneaks off with the friend. I mean, you can find an opportunity to have wrote in how she would have snuck off with the friend at some point.
Are you saying before the film started?
Yeah,
So he
But
would
ahead of
acting
time.
all the time.
yeah.
So what would it not have included any of his scenes where he's still him and he's trying to find out what's happening to Chris?
Like the bit
'Cause
when
he
he goes
would-
to the cops,
he
because that would
would-
be completely counterintuitive.
He would now have the brain of an old person inside him.
We would have just seen him like the early bird, like playing bingo in the bingo hall. Wait a minute!
So we'd know throughout. We'd have to remove all of those scenes because otherwise you'd know.
I never said it wasn't flawed.
No,
I'm just saying.
Stop right there.
Even if it had been him that got out, it would have been you wouldn't have expected it.
you
Right.
wouldn't, because it would have been not set up in any way, but in the middle.
Jim, could you possibly nail it down to one thing you would? Have you thought of one thing you would change about this? Right. No. Let's move on.
No, I don't think there is. I think there's too much I would have changed in this film, and it would involve a lot of skirting around carefully for me to kind of talk about it. So I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah,
Do you know
That's
Do you
fair.
know what? I don't think different films of different people.
different strokes.
It's not. I totally appreciate this isn't for everyone. I do feel slightly that some of this was lost on you to an extent, or not for you, and I feel like never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind.
There's always
Right.
the next one.
Shall we figure out what on earth we're watching next, or is this upset you so much that you're about to throw us another fucking Jim's fast food joke?
No. It's too early for that. We'll spin. We'll see what we got.
Bloody hell!
All right, here it is then. Mega Wheel.
I think this is another Nick. I could be wrong. It might be a Birdman.
Oh,
I think it was a double. I think both agreed that that should go on.
What? I mean, I assume it's not a budget Batman.
have you? Right, this is a film I have not watched. I've wanted to watch for a long time.
You've not watched it?
I've not watched.
So
it.
you've obviously watched it
Didn't
then.
put on there, yeah.
So go on then. What can we expect?
It's sort of a budget Batman.
Is it actually?
It's not.
Because I'm game for that.
It's a film that what I know of it on paper, I would say Jim would hate this.
Jim
film.
will hate this film. You will literally hate this film.
But why?
Because at the end of it, you will say, "What the fuck was that all about?"
He did choose rubber, mind.
Yeah, but this is like it's a film about a man who is wondering if he made good life choices and reconnecting with his daughter.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
but yeah, more than that, right?
No,
But what's like this? The central premise as well is that the bird is it like a character he used to play?
yeah,
Okay.
but doesn't really. Yeah.
What genre of film does this fit in? You've thought far too much on that.
Yeah,
That doesn't bode well.
It's
A drama?
a human experience piece.
So is it a bit compared? Would you compare it to, say, The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Stop really thinking of it like...
Well, I'm just saying I enjoyed that film, so if it was similar to that, if it was comparable to that, I may enjoy that.
No, it's about a man who his sort of star is waning, and has he sort of wasted his life, made the most of his life? Can he sort of reconnect with certain people? Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a thriller. It's not a horror. It's not a.
Sounds dull as dishwater. Not gonna lie to you, that sounds dull as dishwater.
It's a dialogue heavy.
Yeah, it's a dialogue heavy, action light piece that makes you think about our relationships and the importance of them.
Cool. I'm thrilled.
And with like virtually no racism.
That's you'll fucking love it or hate it. I don't know anymore.
What the fuck's that supposed to mean? Anyway, so that's what you can look forward to next time.
Yeah.
Sam hasn't done his job, so there's no audio aperitif this week.
There's no audio aperitif this
So
week.
there's nothing to be said other than I've been Jim. Goodbye.
I've been Nick. I'm getting out.
And I've been Sam. Nope.
Movie casserole, casserole.